Hey guys, Ryan here with the last week of October programming. Don't forget that first weekend in November will be our Zombies versus Humans final showdown. This is going to take place at Ridgeview Park in Waynesboro. It's going to be a lot of fun. Zombies versus humans and some games here. If you're a zombie, you'll stay a zombie. If you're a human, you'll stay a human, but show up whatever form you are and you'll be on that team and we'll have some fun. All right, Monday. So working on some pushing and pulling at the same time. So the higher levels, we're doing some strict ring muscle ups. After that, you're doing strict pull-ups or ring dips or bench dips. You also have the option to do some banded pull-ups as well. It's been a while since we've done that. So if you want to get into the bands and hang on to those pull-up bars, we've got some options for you. Otherwise, you'll be doing bench dips and stabilizing yourself on rings or on those benches or boxes is what we'll use for that. After that, we've got this 15-minute AMRAP, and looking at it as it's laid out here, you're not going to accumulate a whole lot of volume through these movements of push-ups and deadlifts. So this is a good day if you feel like you can try a level up, a good day to try a level up. So if you're normally working out at the Blue, but you feel like you got some ring push-ups, you're only going to have to do about 30 to 36 of them over the course of 15 minutes. You may be able to manage that. If you can stay unbroken with those, go for it. The deadlift weight is probably light enough for us as a community. We're a strong deadlifting community. You can also go up in weight there. And then looking at everything else. So maybe you've got your push-ups at the Orange, but you want to try some hand release push-ups. Definitely give that a shot if you can manage that deadlift weight at the same time as well. Some people do box push-ups and workouts because of the volume of the amount of push-ups we end up doing, but you can probably maybe still do 6 good push-ups without boxes, and you'll have a chance to do that at the Orange level. So once you kind of look at this and decide, is this the day where I might be able to push myself to that next level and work out at it and try to get those 5 rounds in? Afterwards, we've got a core finisher there. It's kind of mandatory fun, so plan on doing that day as well. It is not extra credit. The extra credit will be rolling out, and the skill acceleration will be kipping pull-ups that day. Monday's CVC class is our confidence test. So we did this workout, this exact same workout 3 months ago, the last week of July. If you go back in Zen Planner, you may have recorded some results for that. You can record some results for this as well in Zen Planner. So the idea here is we're going to test this confidence and tension, this idea of pacing yourself for 4 minutes and being able to do this kind of functional work that kind of challenges your form and your posture. So how far can you row in 4 minutes? Now, this is not going to be your best 4-minute row because you've got all this other work to do, but it's going to be a pretty good 4-minute row between the 2 minutes of rest before and after that you have with that. If you've got a distance recorded, you're going to try to beat that. Kettlebell farmers carry step up, not the heaviest weights you can hold, but pretty heavy as you step up to a low weight. And the idea here is to move as much weight as you can over those 4 minutes. So you got to think about total tonnage, just kind of like weight times reps. If you go too heavy and have to keep putting those weights down, you're going to sacrifice reps. If you go too light, those reps may not add up to much if you're not carrying a heavy enough weight there. So that's what you're trying to balance out there. And then the parasite, just trying to move through those 4 minutes and try to get as many essentially push-ups as you can as you go through that parasite movement in those 4 minutes. And then the same options for 1 for 2 wall balls. Get as much work as you can get done between the weight, height, and reps during those 4 minutes. And it is possible to do that 1 for 2 wall balls unbroken without stopping during those 4 minutes. Tuesday, barbell row. We've done this before. We do it a lot of times as kind of cash outs with with dumbbells or kettlebells and CVC. We're going to use a barbell here in CrossFit. This will be not the heaviest barbell row because the volume is fairly heavy here with 40 reps you have to do. But it's a great way to build the lats, build upper body strength, build that pulling strength. And then we've got some math for you with the workout here. It's a factorial down from either 10 or 8, which if you're coming from 10, that's going to be 55 reps of pull-ups and box jumps. Be less than that if you're starting at 8. So not a whole lot of volume there, but it is going to be quick. It is going to get the heart rate up because you'll probably stay unbroken with the pull-ups. The box jumps will move pretty quickly there, just 55 reps of each of those. But then that's only not even halfway through the workout. Then you got to build back up in reps with the ab mat sit-ups, which will eventually build, for most people, end up being 110 reps of ab mat sit-ups, and twice as many or 3 times as many jump ropes, whether you're doing single unders or double unders, and some options there. You're going to want to go ahead and set a whiteboard up and do that math for you, to make sure you know what your reps are going to be, because you don't want to stop in the middle of this and try to figure out where you're at in this process. So really fast for the first half of it. It's going to slow down a little bit in the second half. A chance to do some practice with the ab mats and double unders, which will be good practice for testing when we get back to it for our neurological and core endurance testing later this year. Tuesday, we'll stretch out those calves after all those jump ropes, and then lats after all those pull-ups, and double under practice after the class as well, or before the class, depending on what skill session you come to. Our vitality workout that day, adding in some twists to this. We've got a lot of stuff going on CBC this week. There's a bunch of new movements going to be going on this week. Plus, we've got testing I already showed you on Monday, and then this vitality workout, we're throwing in chin-ups. So if you're in Fishersville, we'll actually do some chin-ups on the ones on this. The twos will be dumbbell bent rows. If you're not doing chin-ups, you'll do some hard ring rows, and you'll increase the level of difficulty with that. We'll have multiple heights of rings set up in stand, so you actually can do some chin-ups on the rings as well. So lots of different options. There should be a fun twist to CBC. Then we got box jumps, ab mat sit-ups, and some footwork drills there to keep the heart rate up. Wednesday, whether you're in Stanton or in Fishersville, you're essentially doing the same workout. You're doing heavy thrusters to start with. If you're in Fishersville, you'll be working from the racks, which will allow some more experienced people to maybe work to heavy singles. Otherwise, you're doing sets of 5 on those heavy thrusters. And then you'll be doing thrusters with the dumbbells, but only one armed dumbbell thruster, so much lighter there. The way this workout works is you're going to do snatches on one arm. ND means non-dominant, so if you're right-handed, you're going to start with your left hand with the snatches and the thrusters, so that's going to add up pretty quickly. Do some burpees over the dumbbells, and then go to the other arm, dumbbell snatches and thrusters there. So the combination of snatches and thrusters all on one side is going to add up pretty quickly on here. So this is going to be close to a 20-minute workout. When you're moving that dumbbell, you want to move it quick and get done with it, but then you're going to have to take some rest before you get to the next set of that on the same side, so you can try to stay as unbroken as possible with it. So that's why it will take a little while with that. And then we'll roll out those shoulders after all of that, and then work on inversions for the next day. Like I said in Stanton, we're doing the same workout, except the strength portion, we're not going to use racks, and you're going to have the option of using dumbbells or barbells, and you always have the option of using dumbbells in the CrossFit class as well. And we'll stay at just sets of 5 of those heavy thrusters. So you'll start with something comfortable, a set of 5, and then kind of work up from there. And we'll talk about good technique with that. Thursday, we got some balance and handstand practice going on here. So front scales we've used as cash outs in CBC. They're being used as kind of this balance practice here on Thursday, which will balance on one leg, and then you'll balance on your hands. So lots of different options here for handstand practice. Your coach is going to have lots of different options for you to get you comfortable getting upside down if that's what you want to do. And then the workout that day is essentially it's close to a CBC workout. It's an interval-based workout, except you have a little bit more rest than we'll ever give you in CBC. 40-20 is kind of like a vitality workout. Too much work to sprint with, but enough work to keep that heart rate up the entire time through here. Wall balls, box steps, American kettlebell swing, shuttle runs. Depending on the size of the run, you may be doing this through or the size of the class, you may be doing this through stations, or if it's a smaller class, you may have your own equipment and being able to do this all at once as a group. But you get the twist here, unlike CBC, you get an extra minute of rest in between these rounds. So that means you can push a little extra harder on this. And then we've got a fun cash out with barbell curls, glute bridge march, and then L-sits. Skills acceleration, we're talking about the clean and jerk. So sometimes in the skill acceleration, we talk about just the clean or we talk about just the jerk. What we're going to talk about is not the finer points of either one of those, but what happens in that transition between the clean and the jerk. And if that means maybe you're not jerking, you're actually just doing a push press, that's perfectly fine as well. But we're going to talk about what happens with that transition to the other one, what your hands and arms should be doing during that. The CBC workout commitment, slam ball goblet squat. So can't quite get as heavy as you would normally get with a dumbbell or a kettlebell in the goblet position, but that ball is really challenging on the upper body, thoracic spine, trying to stay tall through your squat. And really taxes the core there. So even though you're not as heavy, you're still going to be heavy enough to really feel this in the legs, but you're going to feel it in your shoulders and core as well. Kettlebell swing, we'll go heavy kettlebell swings. You only have to swing it for 30 seconds. Shuttle run in Fishersville, bikes in Stanton, and then we're going to get comfortable being upside down in CBC as well that day. Lots of different options for the pike holds. Your coaches will show you that, and then some balance practice for the cash out instead of the strength in CBC that day. Friday, 13.4. So this is an old open workout. You know it's going to suck. 7-minute AMRAP. I expect kind of the same type of workout, a short, quick one this Saturday. We'll see if I'm right. But this is going to get brutal pretty quickly here between the clean and jerks and the toes to the bar. Your shoulders are going to be feeling it. The clean and jerks, you're going to probably end up doing singles at some point, but you don't necessarily want to break them up. You want them to move through that very quickly. Getting in 60 reps total means working into at least that round of 18, hopefully, of those movements. And then we've got a core finisher for you that day. And then we're stretching out. This is kind of like a yin yoga class after class that day with all the stretching. Confidence workout on Friday. We've got some fun stuff going on here with the dumbbell hang clean and jackknife complex there for 3 minutes. It's kind of like that CrossFit workout, but we're adding in more work with the rowing, the burpees, and a little twist on the wall sit, a banded wall sit. And every time you have to come off that wall, you've got to do 5 clamshells on each side and get back to the wall. So that banded wall sit is going to make your wall sit look pretty good if you have to drive against that band to keep your knees in that good squat form. Don't know what the open workout is, so going right to the CBC workout for Saturday. Jump ropes, kettlebell squat, clean climb means you're going to increase the number of squats that you do as you clean that kettlebell up through your minute of work. Giant plate circles will catch your breath but burn out the core and the shoulders. And then kettlebell suitcase deadlifts is going to work that core as well, and also the posterior chain. And then some shoulder work, upper body work with our kettlebell Z press. All right, see you guys this week.